My name is Mia. I want to tell you my story. It is about love, trust, and learning to be strong. I grew up in a small town. I was shy and quiet. I loved books and drawing. My parents were strict and said, "Focus on school. Don't waste time on silly things." I wanted to go to art classes, but they said no. Art won't help you in life, they said. So I stayed home and studied. When I turned 19, I moved to the city for college. It was the first time I felt free. I made friends, went to cafes, and dreamed of being an artist. One day, I met Alex. He was charming, funny, and kind. He had bright eyes and a warm smile. He asked me, "What's your dream?" I told him, "I want to be an artist." He smiled and said, "You're so talented, you can do anything." I felt special when I was with him. Alex made me laugh. He listened to me like no one else ever had. We talked about everything: our dreams, favorite books, and our childhood. After a few months, Alex asked me to be his girlfriend. I said yes. I thought he was the one. At first, everything was perfect. He brought me flowers, took me to movies, and said, "You're the most beautiful girl I've ever met." But after a year, things started to change. Alex began to control me. He said, "I don't like those clothes. You should wear something else." He didn't like my friends. "They are a bad influence," he said. Slowly, I stopped seeing them. One day, he saw my paintings and said, "Why do you waste time on this? You'll never be good enough to be an artist." His words hurt, but I told myself he was just being honest. Alex started coming home late. When I asked where he was, he said, "Don't ask so many questions. You don't trust me?" I began to feel lonely. I missed my friends and my old self, but I still loved Alex. I thought, he will change. He loves me. One night, Alex got angry because I didn't cook dinner on time. He shouted at me and threw a plate on the floor. I was scared. I told myself, it's just one time. He stressed, but then it happened again. He started checking my phone. "Who are you texting?" he asked. If I didn't answer fast enough, he got angry. One day I found a message on his phone. It was from another woman. She wrote, "I can't wait to see you again." My heart broke. I asked him, "Who is she?" Alex said, "She's just a friend. Don't be jealous." But I knew he was lying. I felt small, like I didn't matter. I wanted to leave, but I didn't know how. I had no money, no friends, and no family nearby. Alex had made me depend on him for everything. One day I was cleaning the house and found a letter in his jacket. It was from the same woman. She wrote, "Thank you for the weekend. I love you." I couldn't hold back my tears. When Alex came home, I showed him the letter. He looked angry, not sorry. "You're overreacting," he said. I shouted, "I've had enough. You don't love me." Alex tried to calm me down. He said, "I made mistakes, but I love you. Don't leave me." I didn't believe him anymore. Love doesn't hurt like this. Love doesn't lie. The next day I packed my bags. I left a note on the table that said I deserve better. I went to stay with a friend I hadn't seen in years. She hugged me and said, "You're safe now." At first it was hard. I felt scared and alone. But little by little I started to rebuild my life. I got a job at a cafe. I started painting again. My art made me happy. I even joined a small art class. I met new people who supported me. They said, "You are so brave." Their words gave me strength. Alex called me many times, begging me to come back, but I never answered. I knew I deserved better. Now, I live in a small apartment filled with my paintings. I wake up every morning feeling free. I look in the mirror and tell myself, "You are strong. You are enough." I also began reconnecting with my parents. At first it was difficult. They were strict, but they are my parents. So I picked up the phone one evening and called them. To my surprise, they apologized. My mother's voice trembled as she said, "Mia, we should have supported you when you needed us. We were wrong, and we're so sorry." Hearing those words made me cry, but they also gave me hope. Slowly, we began healing. Now I call my parents every day. They often visit me, bringing warmth and laughter to my little home. They are proud of the woman I've become, and that means everything to me. My love for painting also grew stronger during this time. Late at night, I would sit by the window with my brushes and colors. Painting became my escape, my therapy, and my voice. One day, my father saw one of my paintings and said, "Mia, this is incredible. You should share your work with the world." His words stayed with me, and with his encouragement, I started sharing my paintings online. At first, I was nervous. What if people didn't like them? But to my surprise, I received so much love and support. One of my posts even caught the attention of a local art gallery. They invited me to showcase my work at an exhibition. The day of the exhibition was magical. My parents stood proudly by my side. My friends cheered me on, and even strangers came up to say how much they loved my work. Some of them even bought my paintings. As I stood there, surrounded by love and appreciation, I felt a deep sense of pride. I had come so far from the scared woman who once felt invisible. I wasn't just surviving anymore. I was thriving. Later that evening, as the exhibition was winding down, I noticed a familiar face in the crowd. It was Alex. He didn't come inside, but he stood near the door, watching quietly. His eyes were full of regret, and for a moment, I felt a pang of sadness for the man I once loved. A week later, I received a message from him. "Mia, I saw your exhibition. You've become someone so strong and beautiful. I regret everything I did to you. I'm sorry for hurting you and for losing you." I read his words carefully, but I didn't reply. I didn't need his apology to move forward. I had already found my peace and my strength. Now, every morning I wake up with a sense of purpose. My parents are proud, and I am finally living a life that feels like my own. Painting has become more than a passion. It's a symbol of my resilience, my courage, and my freedom. If you are reading this, I want you to know something. You don't have to stay with someone who hurts you. You deserve love, kindness, and respect. I thought Alex loved me, but real love doesn't break you. It builds you up. My story is not over. I am still learning, growing, and dreaming. One day I know I will find true happiness. If you enjoy the story, please like, subscribe, and share.